22 with a 2.2. Just came back from a long hiatus. Number 22, Hugo Ekitike. What's that now? That's 4 goals in the last 2 games in the league. You know, that's a good return right there, if you ask me. It did feel like he was gone for a while prior to that. But man, welcome back. Yeah? Hugo Ekitike. Today, Ekitike was blue lock. He was egoista. He was genius today. It was great watching him play. I felt like he was the biggest threat offensively for us in the first half. He was just everywhere, really. Everywhere around the pitch. Whether that was good for us or beneficial to us, listen, I don't know. Right, I'll explain that later in the video. But yeah, he was everywhere. On the flanks, he was a complete beast, man. Pace and power. He was using that frame to good use. Essentially, he was holding up the ball well. When the ball was fed to him, to kind of like allow everyone to move out the pitch. And then in the second half, I thought he just turned into a demon. He was just a flat track bully in the first half. Second half, I feel like his game was a bit more Uga Ekitike. Like the way he plays, it's like he plays FIFA. He plays like FIFA, if that makes sense, guys. I don't know. It's one of those ones where you might have to think about it a bit. But I thought today he was very well. He took both of his goals. Nice. That first goal was a pure strike, by the way. I feel like he got away with it being so centre because he just hit in the spur of the moment with such venom, with such pace. It was a beautiful strike, and the goalkeeper really is not really reading that one. Just hit that. It was so quick for the goalie. Yeah, he's not gonna save that one, fortunately for us. And then the second one, he leaped, like he jumped for that one. Good assist from Mo Salah, good cross from him. I just felt like today, even there was a chance in the second half where he megged one of the Brighton defenders. He was through on goal. Like he was in Lando Norris flying lap. He was accelerating on goal. Finishing let him down there. And I just feel like really, all in all, an excellent game, like 8 out of 10 performance. And the only critique I might have of him was I do feel like, listen, he got 2 goals, but the chances he had, between him and Mo Salah, both of those guys had a plethora of chances. He could have left this game. He could have left this one with even more, like a hat trick. You know, he's probably kicking himself that he didn't get a hat trick today. That's how many chances he had. But yeah, all in all, good game from him. But I feel like, guys, there's someone else we need to give more praise to or more flowers to, who needs a bit more appreciation. Curtis flipping Jones, guys. Wow. You know that guy? What a baller. I feel like today his press resistance, his passing in the game, his control, the way he could dictate game, it was essential. It was very pivotal, and yeah, man, it was just great to see. Even in the second half, I feel like composure is the right word for Curtis Jones. Like the composure he shows is much needed, especially in this time, in this troubling period that we're going through, where like it feels like the whole team is kind of playing a bit erratic, right? He kind of brings that coolness to the team. Second half, 70th minute, he's doing Cruyff turns and step overs in our own box. And there was a chance even in the Brighton area, right, in the Brighton penalty box. I'm seeing this guy doing ball rolls, step overs, chop. I'm like, flip. Oh my gosh. Curtis Jones today was good. Like, it was an amazing performance from him. Even against Inter, I thought he had a good game. And yeah, I just feel like rivals, they're really starting to see the potential, like the ability, the technical ability this guy has. For me, I haven't seen a player in that deep of a midfield role. Obviously, we had Thiago, but Thiago wasn't really playing consistently due to injuries. But yo, man, Thiago, that's one player where it's like, if he didn't have the injuries, guys. But yeah, a player we did see a bit more of, which is a player that I'm trying to link Curtis Jones to, Lallana. Like in that midfield kind of area, Curtis Jones is the first player I've seen since Lallana with that ability, that technical ability, that similar mode, right? Since Lallana, in my opinion. But yeah, Curtis Jones today, very good. He's been good in the last few games, and I've noticed the team has looked more solid, or there's more stability, there's more composure, there's more control in our game, or to our game. We're still not at our full out best where we're putting our stamp and our authority throughout the entire game. We're not at that level yet, but I've noticed when Curtis Jones and Joe Gomez are playing, we do look to have a bit more control. So yeah, Curtis Jones was very good in this one today. The injuries, man. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. Our guys, like watching that game, it felt like our players were dropping out there like flies, man. Joe Gomez got injured in the first half, replaced by Mo Salah. I do feel like hopefully it's nothing too serious, right? So we're kind of praying because Gomez has no luck with injuries, man. It's always Joe Gomez. Like anytime, it's so frustrating. This is the frustrating part. Anytime Joe Gomez is in a good run of games, because that's what he was on, right? Joe Gomez has been playing very well since his reintroduction into the team. Anytime Joe Gomez feels like he's picking up a bit of form, that's when he gets out. That's when he picks up an injury or a niggle. And even if it's a niggle, he comes back. And then next 2-3 games, he's injured again and out, sidelined for a lengthy period of time. And it's like, damn, man, It kind of sucks for the guy. He deserves so much better. Like, in my opinion, he's a core hero. You feel me? Liverpool, bro, 10 years of Joe Gomez, he means something to this club. And it's a bit painful to see the luck he has with injuries. But the Sober slight injury, hopefully it's nothing too serious because that's been our best player. And you could tell if he's out for a lengthy period of time in this festive period where games are coming in thick and fast, it's going to be a massive blow to the team. McAllister, I know he went down after him attempting to play the ball in the air. Hopefully it's nothing too serious, right? But yeah, the injuries, I just want to talk on that. Hopefully it's nothing too serious because, bro, Gomez and Soboslai, even McAllister as well, he hasn't really been at his best this season. But yeah, man, the injury situation we're having at the moment, we literally had to put 2 goalkeepers and 3 academy players on the bench to Inter, by the way. That's not ideal. So that's when it's critical right now. But I want to talk about the wing issue we have. I feel like this has been brought up a lot amongst the fan base. We need a winger. Like, we're in urgent need of a winger. And I want to talk on the point that I was going to talk about. Well, when I was talking about Ekitike earlier on, just being everywhere. I felt like him being a flat track bully today was very good. But in the first half, it was frustrating because I feel like the team wasn't really creating clear-cut chances. And what you don't need is for your striker to drop in. In my opinion, I don't really want to see Ekitike just drop in to the middle and in a place where it's already a bit tight for space. You bring in an extra man and it's just going to be, a bit chaotic. And we're already not creating clear-cut chances already, right? And I feel like Ekitike being everywhere on the wing, being everywhere in the middle of the pitch, it's not really an instruction, but he kind of has to do it because we started the game, guys, with no winger, no out-and-out winger. Mo Salah was the first winger that came on through the Gomez injury in 30 minutes into the game, yeah? Whereas Ekitike, man, I feel like that's not instruction, but he kind of has to do it because, again, we started the game with no wingers where if we had this Diaz or even with a Gakpo, Gakpo is programmed to cut in and shoot. But if we had someone that was occupying that wide position, I feel like Ekitike wouldn't have to be drifting, leaving the top end of the pitch to just roam and drift in. I feel like he kind of has to do it because, again, we started with no wingers where we do need a winger, right? Because if that's Diaz, man, we're in urgent need for someone to just expand the game, stretch the game for us, man, Because I feel like everything's so ping pong machine in the middle of the pitch. But other than that, man, I just want to talk on Mo Salah a bit. I feel like when he came on, again, between him and Hugo Ekitike, those guys had a lot of chances. They were feasting. Not in goals-wise, but chances-wise. They were creating a lot of chances between those two. With Mo Salah, he had a good game. I feel like when he came on, he was very good. End product, though, was very poor, if you ask me. Not that many times you would hear that from a Mo Salah performance over the years, but I just feel like, because that is his bread and butter, the end product, right? Arguably the greatest in Premier League history at that, end product wise, right? But today I felt like he was very poor. His execution of the final ball, knowing when to pass, knowing when to shoot for himself. I feel like he was stuck, in between 2 mans today. But all in all, though, I thought when he came on, he was definitely he was very good. Anytime he was on the ball or more, we were on the attack, he looked very dangerous today, and that was good to see. Because prior to that, his performances have been a bit sluggish. I don't know, maybe the rest kind of done him justice, or maybe with the whole Jamie Carragher situation and all the outside noise that was happening during the week, it kind of lit a fire under his belly to kind of perform today. And very good goal. Again, a nice cross for Ekitike. At least he walks out of this with an assist. But I feel like he's kicking himself as well that he didn't get a goal today. He probably should have got a goal today, guys. You guys let me know. But if that's his last performance, I feel like he could walk with his head up, held high, right? Which is sad. Hopefully it's not. But if that was the last time we see it of Mo Salah at Anfield in the Premier League, yeah, it was a good game, man. It was a good game from Mo Salah. But yeah, other than that, guys, 3 draws and 2 wins, right? Unbeaten in our last 5. Are we starting to turn a corner here? You guys let me know. You guys think we're starting to turn a corner? I feel like our next run of games are very favourable. I think we got Wolves, Leeds again, Fulham is our next 3. So yeah, very favourable form where if we could turn those draws into wins now that we add on to the win we got today, we could put ourselves in a favourable position. I'm not saying title race, but favourable position in the league again. That Inter Milan win was huge for the confidence. It wasn't the best performance-wise, but yeah, man. Now, we're not winning a lot, but we're not losing either. So we stopped the bleeding. We're starting to get onto our feet now, We were in the storm for too long. Yeah, we had to revive ourselves. We got the bandage now, We came out of the storm. Now we just need to get onto our feet. And from there, man, we just need to build the building blocks. The defense, though, don't get it twisted, guys. I felt like Brighton played a very good game, and they were unlucky they wasn't able to bury one of the chances they got. Brighton played well. I feel like they were very dangerous. They were causing us a lot of problems. So the defense is still a work in progress. It's still not there yet. Are we going to bring Guehi, or are we going to fix that up in January? I don't know. It remains to be seen. But yeah, man. A win today, 2-0 win, a very good performance from a couple of players, and we just need to keep the momentum going from here.